I shop at Goodwill for name brand clothes at bargain prices. Coach, $30.
I shop at Goodwill for one-of-a-kind finds. It's great for decorating on a budget.
I shop at Goodwill because every dollar spent here puts 7 Nevadans to work.
And because we're a nonprofit, there's no sales tax.
So shop.
Shop. It's so good to shop.
Shop and donate today. Pahrumps Goodwill is located in the former Ace Hardware building.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Albertsons. You're in for something fresh.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, recently, 2 major changes were made in the guidelines that recommend how physicians manage high blood pressure in their patients. The changes affect millions of Americans, especially older people and adults with diabetes and chronic kidney disease. A new study examined the number of adults affected by these changes. Catherine Dolph explains.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
At 71, Mary Foster lost her parents at an early age. They both had high blood pressure and died of a stroke.
I think back on my mother and my father and my family history, so I have to still keep, my blood pressure on a control level.
New guidelines recently changed recommended blood pressure targets for people over age 60. The previous goal, less than 140/90, the new goal, less than 150/90.
In the past, adults with diabetes and chronic kidney disease were recommended to have a blood pressure of less than 130/80. Under the new guidelines, their goal was raised back to the 140/90.
Dr. Anne-Marie Navarre-Bogan from Duke University Medical Center and co-authors studied blood pressure data from a national survey. Researchers determined the number of adults who changed classifications based on the new guidelines.
About 13.5 million Americans under the old guidelines would have been considered to have uncontrolled blood pressure. Now, under the new guidelines, they're actually meeting blood pressure goals. 1 in 4 adults over the age of 60 with hypertension are being treated to older, more stringent blood pressure goals. These adults may now be eligible for either reduced therapy or different therapy.
The guidelines are somewhat unclear about how these patients should be treated.
Many experts fear that raising the overall blood pressure level in this group may cause harm and increase the rates of things like stroke and heart disease.
Even under the new, less stringent guidelines, researchers say about 44% of adults in the U.S. treated for high blood pressure still don't have it under control.
It's important for patients to talk to their doctors about how the new guidelines change the recommended blood pressure level for them and what are the potential risks and benefits for having a higher blood pressure.
Mary plans to talk with her doctor, but for now will stay on her medication.
Once your blood pressure is under control, you feel a lot better, lot better.
Catherine Dolph, The Jump.
Researchers say those who wrote the new guidelines were not unanimous on raising the blood pressure target for adults over 60. Well, the Board of County Commissioners discussed changing zoning laws on their agenda yesterday during their meeting in the Calvada Eye.
Commissioner Carboni, what do you?
This is without requiring to obtain a conditional use permit, correct?
That's correct. And what this does is relaxes the zoning code just a little bit to those uses that happen to be a residence and they want to expand their existing house and they happen to be commercially zoned. They can do that without having to get and go through the extra process of a conditional use permit. So we're relaxing what the zoning code states today. Thank you.
Currently today, you would have to go through this. The whole intention was to remove that requirement that, as Sam has just pointed out, that he doesn't need to go to the county office and say, I want to go do this. They're grandfathered in, don't have to worry about it.
If it's commercial property?
For this particular one, yes.
For this commercial, okay. Right. Just so we're clear on that. Thank you. This also went before the RPC. I believe they recommended unanimously also for us to adopt this.
Again, it takes away the requirement of the conditional use permit.
Right.
Well, Nathan Adelson Hospice is holding a butterfly release this Sunday.
We have our 11th annual butterfly release coming up on the 27th of April, and it's going to be at the Calvada Eye this year. It's previously been held at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park, but we've changed it this year. We're trying something new, so it's going to be at the Calvada Eye at 2 p.m. on April 27th, which is a Sunday.
The general public can get involved in this, right? How do they do that?
Yes, they can. You can purchase a butterfly. Butterflies are $25, and you can do that by contacting Nathan Adelson Hospice, or you can just show up. You can show up and just enjoy the event because it's short. It's very short, but it's beautiful. So
let's talk a little bit about these butterflies because they come in like a triangle box.
They do. It's a little bit freaky. So they come in a little box. It's a triangular box, maybe a quarter of an inch thick, and inside are live butterflies. So how it happens is we get them sent to us frozen. We have to change ice packs on them. So I'm babysitting the butterflies for the weekend, and I have to change the ice packs every 8 hours or so, and then a couple hours before the event, I take all the ice packs off and they start to wake up. So when we hand them out to the people that have the butterflies, they hold them, and you can feel the wings and the legs start to flutter as the ceremony goes on. So the ceremony starts at 2, and the release of the butterflies will be at 2:30. So, but it's just beautiful because they're big, beautiful golden monarch butterflies. So.
And there's also kind of a legend behind this butterfly release.
There is, and I'm not very good at speaking about it, but it's the gist of it is that if you whisper a wish or a thought to a butterfly and release it, they can't tell anybody because they can't speak. But we do have a Native American that does come and tell the story of the butterfly, so it's also very neat.
And people do this when they've lost a loved one or for remembrance of a loved one so that they can kind of release them in honor of them.
Yes, and this year we're actually we're dedicating this ceremony and we're honoring Dr. Campton, who was huge in our community and huge with Nathan Adelson, especially when we first came to town. So we're going to do a special little release for him with his wife, and then yes, people usually purchase the butterflies and they name it in honor of somebody, and then they hold that butterfly and release it, and it really is a healing, can be a very healing event.
So once again, the date and time and for more information.
Yes, so the date is April 27th at 2 p.m. at the Calvada Eye, and for more information you can call 775-751-6700.
The brother-in-law of Britain's Prince Charles died in New York today after suffering a head injury in a fall. Mark Shand is the brother of Camilla Duchess of Cornwall. They said the Duchess, the Prince of Wales, and all her family members are utterly devastated by this sudden and tragic loss. After these messages, find out why there were 136 citations issued for distracted driving.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back. The Nevada Highway Patrol has released their number regarding the Joining Forces District driving campaign, which ran from March 31st through April 20th. There were 136 citations issued for distracted driving, 79 for speeding, 25 not wearing a seat belt, and 2 were arrested for driving under the influence. There was a total of 468 citations issued in Southern Nevada. And here's Deanna O'Donnell with your entertainment this week.
Actress Kathleen Turner threatened to commit suicide if she suffered another nasty flare-up in her ongoing battle with rheumatoid arthritis. The Romancing the Stone star was diagnosed with the painful autoimmune condition in the early 1990s, which causes painful swollen joints and chronic fatigue. As she has undergone numerous operations in a bid to keep herself mobile, Turner admits she became so scared of the condition progressing, she vowed to take her own life if she had another nasty flare-up of symptoms. But the actress did not go through with it when the rheumatoid arthritis returned last year. She said when it came back last year, she couldn't walk, she couldn't even lift her arm. She said she finally admitted that she was kidding herself and that she would never give up her life. Country singer Kevin Sharp, best known for his hit Nobody Knows, has died from complications due to cancer. He was 43 years old. Sharp was diagnosed with cancer as a teenager. He was treated and the disease did not reoccur. But he had problems later in life because of the radiation and chemotherapy he underwent. He died at his home in Fair Oaks, California. Jodie Foster got married over the weekend. The actress and filmmaker quietly tied the knot with her girlfriend, Alexandra Hedison. Foster and Hedison had been dating for almost a year. Hedison is a photographer and actress and also the ex-girlfriend of Ellen DeGeneres. Foster just took home the 2013 Cecil B. DeMille Award at the Oscars for her work. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your entertainment this week.
Thank you, Deanna. Well, Valley Electric Association invites community members to attend a groundbreaking ceremony for the expansion of its Pahrump-based campus at 10 a.m. on Friday, April 25th, located at 800 East Highway 372. Now let's join Bill Mahler with today's first business brief.
This is the first business brief for Wednesday, April 23rd. I'm Bill Mahler. Another quarter of disappointing results for McDonald's. It reported sales down 1.7%, but the company did point to some good news. Declines were narrowing and global sales were slightly higher. McDonald's closed down 35 cents yesterday. A new study tallies up just how much interest rates cost consumers in the aftermath of the financial crisis. MoneyRates.com says the Fed's ultra-low rates meant to help the economy cost consumers billions. But the study does note super low rates did help homeowners, investors, and businesses save money. A major move by Tesla is revving up its stock price. Shares popped $14 yesterday as the CEO, Elon Musk, said the company is planning a speedy move into China. It'll invest hundreds of millions of dollars in a car charging network. The first charging station actually opened in Beijing this week. I'm Bill Mahler, and that's the first business brief.
And folks, after this break, we're going to have your weather with Noah Began, so keep it here.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Wednesday, April 23rd. Today we had nice sunny skies with a high of 75 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year being 81 degrees, so it's a little cooler out there than usual. Winds were coming from the north today at 8 miles per hour with gusts up to 19 miles per hour. Not as bad as yesterday, but still considerably windy. The UV index today was 9, which is very high. Humidity was at 19%. Sunrise is at 6 this morning, and the record high in 2012 was 98 degrees. Tonight we'll have mostly clear skies with a low of 52 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year being 58 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north at 3 miles per hour with gusts up to 5 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 21%. Sunset will be at 7:25 p.m. and the record low in 1937 was 36 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 82 degrees and a low of 57 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 8 miles per hour with gusts up to 25 miles per hour, so some pretty high winds. Humidity will be at 19%, sunrise will be at 5:59 a.m., and the UV index will be 9, which is very high. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly sunny week, though we might be seeing some clouds here on Friday and Saturday. Your high temperatures will be ranging from the mid-60s, going all the way up to the low 90s next Wednesday, and your low temperatures will be ranging from the mid-40s to the mid-60s. Starting to really warm up over here, starting to feel like summer out there. I'm Noah Began for News 46. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Noah. Well, RSVP will hold a quarterly training session for volunteers and caregivers tomorrow, April 24th, from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. At the University of Nevada Cooperative Extension located at the corner of Calvada and Dandelion Streets. For more information, call 751-5282. Well, folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell, and from everyone up here at News 46,